Hello and welcome to our English news coming to you from Canal, Algérie. To the headlines. The President of the Republic receives a condolences message from the UN Security Council following the recent forest fires which hit several provinces of the country. Army General Said Shingriha, Chief of Staff of the People's National Army, puts forward the high interest attached to the PNA to the nation's cadets while chairing a ceremony held to honor the exam's top laureates. And the Moroccan kids are facing unbearable living conditions being imposed by a regime violating the basic rights of this fragile social segment. Welcome back. First in our news, the President of the Republic, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces and the National Defense Minister, Abdelmajid Tebboune, extended his condolences to the family of war veteran and Major General Dib Makhlouf, the former commander of the Republican Guards who passed away. To Allah we belong and to him we shall return. On the same sad occasion, Army General Said Shingriha, Chief of Staff of the People's National Army, extended for his part his sincere condolences to the late's family. A message of condolences from the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres to the President of the Republic Abdelmajid Tebboune following the forest fires that affected some regions of the country and caused human losses. Quote, "It is with great sadness that I learned the news of the forest fires that claimed many lives in several regions of your country. My thoughts are with the victims, both civilian and military, and their families, as well as the families forced to leave their homes. I would like to express my sincere condolences to you and to the Algerian people and to assure you the unconditional commitment of the United Nations to the People's Democratic Republic of Algeria during this difficult period," wrote Antonio Guterres, noting that these fires recall us once more of the alarming effects of the climate change and the necessity to step up international efforts to tackle its underlying causes. Antonio Guterres concluded his message by reiterating his most sincere condolences and full solidarity in addition to his high esteem to the President of the Republic. Army General Said Shingriha, Chief of Staff of the People's National Army, chaired a ceremony to honor the top laureates of the nation's cadets who passed their baccalaureate and final intermediate level exams with distinction. The Chief of Staff put forward the great importance attached by the PNA to this prestigious military school. More details with Rania Al-Bahri.
Following the excellent results achieved by the cadets of the nation in the baccalaureate and intermediate level degrees for June 2023 session, the Army General Said Shingriha, Chief of Staff of the National People's Army, chaired on Sunday at the headquarters of the Ministry of National Defense the honoring ceremony of the outstanding cadets of the nation. In the presence of the Secretary General of the Ministry of National Defense, the commanders of the forces and the National Gendarmerie, the heads of departments of the Ministry of National Defense, the staff of the National People's Army, directors and heads of central departments, as well as parents of the honored students. The honor included the cadets who brilliantly passed the baccalaureate exam with a rate reaching 98.34%, while the success rate in the intermediate education certificate reached 100%.
الشبل وائل بن طايع
On this occasion, the Army General delivered the opening speech in which he was keen to extend to the outstanding cadets the congratulations of the President of the Republic in view of their excellent results in these sessions, crowning the positive results for the People's National Army. On the same occasion, the Army General affirmed that these distinguished results were firstly achieved thanks to the cadets and their high efforts in the scientific field throughout the academic year, and secondly, thanks to the interest and importance attached by the High Command of the National People's Army to this prestigious school, which is a fundamental pillar in our military training system and constantly seeks to improve its performance and adapt it with the latest developments, taking into account the modern knowledge in all its scientific branches and the attachment to the authentic national values of our country. At the end of this meeting, 2 cadets of the nation delivered 2 speeches on behalf of their colleagues. After that, the Army General took a souvenir photo with the honored cadets and their families.
Ahmed Attaf, Minister of Foreign Affairs and National Community Abroad, who has been entrusted with task by the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, received on Sunday the ambassador and representatives of the 5 member states of the BRICS group accredited to Algeria, namely those of China, Russia and India, as well as the chargé d'affaires at the embassies of Brazil and South Africa in Algeria. These meetings are part of the efforts meant to mobilize further support for Algeria's bid to become a member of the BRICS group, in particular by promoting the advantages of this move based on a strong political will on the part of the President of the Republic. Ahmed Attaf affirmed that Algeria's ambition is to make a qualitative contribution to the activities of this group in favor of the objectives of peace, security and development and well-being at both regional and international levels. The Interior, along with the Solidarity Ministers, carry on their visits to the last fire-victimized families to extend the President's condolences and reiterate the state's unwavering support during this ordeal. Brahim Rad and Kautar Kriku headed to several provinces, including Tipaza, Shlif and Sidi Bel Abbas, to bring help and assistance to these affected families by the blazes that broke out in several regions of the country. A mega project, namely the railway linking Bishar to Garaj Bilat, is likely to boost the local southern economy and enhance investment throughout the country. More insight on this eagerly awaited achievement with Najah Tayar.
It's a large-scale project that is taking shape, a railway line to transport iron and linking Bishar to Garaj Bilat to Tindouf. This line of approximately 950 kilometers, this achievement of this mega project required the mobilization of great means, but its economic repercussions will be very enormous. We are in the process of moving from the status of an iron importing country to that of an exporter. On the other hand, this project will generate an economic dynamic because this railway line connects Bishar to Tindouf via several mines, which will boost economy in the southwest of the country. The objective is to achieve a surplus in the trade balance and increase foreign exchange earnings. This will lead to the growth of the national economy and strengthen the economic position of the country to be able to integrate the African market. This project that creates vast investment opportunities enhances investors to make the most of the resources of the southwest of the country. In addition to that, it will create new job opportunities. Thus, it will greatly contribute to improving the living standard of the inhabitants. Extracting the raw material is of great importance for investment, manufacturing and for the local development. This project will make these regions attractive for investors and will contribute to strengthening the Algerian industry. This reflects the government's strategy to open up the southern regions, which have long suffered from the lack of strategic public investment projects. We welcome the achievement of this vital project, which will be shortly implemented, especially since it will contribute to reducing the unemployment rate in the region. A strategy put in place reflecting the government's commitment to reinvigorate the national economy and alleviate dependency on hydrocarbons through promising and ambitious projects.
Horrible conditions, the least to say about kids' conditions in Morocco, urging the necessity for an immediate intervention to put an end to this multifaceted alarming situation. Najah Tiyar once again.
وهذاك الشيء ما عطيناش الحقوق ديالنا، حنايا الحقوق ديالنا ما عطينا ليناش الحقوق ديالنا، حيت حنا حياتنا كامله داز هي عذاب. وهادي دابا تشوف تنعسوا في الكارطون والميكا وهادي نعسوا في الشارع. نعسوا في الشارع فما جانا نعسوا على الكارطون. شم كامل اللي جيت شد عليه شدوك البوليس شدوك السونطر تهرب عاوتاني.
These are testimonies of children living the harshest situations, alone facing the hard circumstances in their own country. We are in Morocco, a country sinking into precariousness and extreme poverty, and where this vulnerable social segment does not seem to have a chance to be considered. It is even the first victim of the Makhzen's policy of impoverishment. Dropping out school, early marriage, absence of material status, exploitation in all its forms, Moroccan children are deprived of their most basic rights, including schooling. According to official figures released by Morocco's official institutions, there would be nearly 192,000 children aged 7 to 17 not attending school. This represents a flagrant violation of the Article 29 of the International Convention related to child rights.
My child wants to study. They must allow him then. My child is orphan. I'm doing my best for him. Shame on them to ruin his life like that. Let him study. Since I'm working and doing all my best for him and he wishes to study and insists for a chance to let him study.
كنشوف ولدي باغي يقرا خليوه لي يقرا مادام انا كنخدم وكنتعب على ولدي بغيت يقرا ليا يعطيوه فرصه يقرا.
We try to register our children everywhere, but every day other official lies to us and tell us to come the next day. We are here all day long with no food. We cannot let these children without schooling.
ما كنطلبوش شي حاجه مستحيله.
They keep telling us that there isn't, but we are not asking for an impossible thing, just a seat in a classroom for our children. For us, the school is so far, so our parents cannot allow us to go study there. My parents did not want me to continue studying. They say the road is too long. Marginalized, these children, mostly between the age of 5 to 18, find themselves on the street. They grew up in a disadvantaged family environment, exacerbated by the multidimensional crisis affecting Morocco. One of the reasons why we can study is that the classrooms are full and we cannot find a seat. This place, we can't even call it a school. It's about to collapse. Schools must be at least nice and organized. A situation that reflects the negligence and the silence of the Makhzen regime and the absence of a state policy for the protection of children, which challenges associations for the protection of child rights.
Still in Morocco, furthermore jolted by social turmoil becoming more and more visible with a hunger strike observed by doctors in a desperate quest for their legitimate basic rights. Rania Al-Bahri reports.
The hunger strike is the last choice of these unemployed Moroccan doctors, already on the fourth day of strike, to denounce the oppressive policy of the Makhzen. We have more strength now. Each day, one of our colleagues is evacuated to hospital. We have been abused and oppressed. We have been very patient. We also organized several demonstrations, but without any result. Faced with this alarming situation, several protest movements were observed. Unemployed doctors decided to intensify their fight because all the doors of dialogue were closed by those responsible. Democracy in our country has no meaning. It's a shame that people go badly treated like this. Responsibles need to take all of this into consideration and do something about it. Every day there are critical cases. Here 8 people have been evacuated to hospital. The slogan we have chosen for our fight is "Live with dignity or martyrdom." Determined never to give up their most legitimate rights, the unemployed graduates of the Coordination of Moroccan Doctors don't intend to give up until the settlement of their problems.
In Niger, and in the latest developments in the situation after the recent military coup against the elected government, cautious calm prevailed on Sunday in the capital, Niamey, amid fears of internal as well as external developments, especially military interventions, which may lead to chaotic situation after the expiry of deadlines set by ECOWAS states meant to release the detained President Mohamed Bazoum and allow him resume his constitutional responsibilities. And in the latest developments, the military staff announced the closure of Niger's airspace for fear of foreign interventions. That was it for today. Thank you for joining us. Good night.